Hi everyone, this is Keith Robinson, Executive Vice President with Better Homes and Gardens, and I want to touch on commission negotiation. This is something that real estate agents have historically struggled with, and so I just want to spend a few minutes talking about it and really maybe shifting your context or your thought process around commission negotiation and what that is and how that works. But before I dive in, I do want to say each one of you who are watching this video should also sit down and talk to your manager in your local marketplace. Every single marketplace is a little bit different. Every single person's database is a little bit different. You may have different challenges or different competitive forces that make commission a different discussion in your local marketplace than in another. So I'm going to give you some high-level concepts around commission negotiation, but I really want to encourage you to sit down with your manager and deal with your local specific marketplace so that you can really craft a thought process around commissions and how you can retain as much as you can. The first thing I want to talk about is you get to determine where you stop in commission negotiation. And I want you to spend some time thinking about that. All of us have a place. I'd love to tell you, my name's Keith Robinson, and I've never discounted commission in my entire 13-year career in real estate. But that's just simply not true. Have I ever discounted commission? Of course I did. When I had buyers and sellers who would buy multiple properties with me, would I give a commission discount? Of course. If I had an investor client that was doing flips, and they were buying and selling somewhere between 15, 18, 22 properties a year with me, would I reduce commission? Of course. But I will tell you this, I had a very acute concept for what my value was. I knew that I was bringing a tremendous amount of value to the transaction, so I discounted my commissions less than other people would have in those same situations. So the first thing you need to think about is what value do you bring to the transaction? It's answering that question of why should anyone, investor, home buyer, or otherwise, why should they work with you? The more you can internalize a great answer to that question, and the more you can get comfortable with knowing that you bring something that's unique, something to the table that not everyone else in the marketplace can compete in. If your value proposition is you have a real estate license, that's not a great value proposition. If your value proposition is you're a great negotiator, or you're great at finding properties, or you hold an amazing open house, or you farmed in that neighborhood for years, or you have a dominant market share. What is your value proposition and what do you bring to the table? And then communicate about that and use that as the reason for why you hold the line on commission. So it sounds a little backwards, but the more you spend time thinking about what you bring to the table, the more able you'll be to defend your commission. The other thing I want to touch on too, and this is just a little technical piece, it seems like somehow the real estate gods determined back when real estate started that we were going to negotiate commissions in 0.5% increments. Okay, I was going to do it for 7, now I'll do it for 6.5. I was going to do it for 6, now I'll do it for 5.5. Why? Why can't we go down in 0.1% increments? Well, I was going to do it for 6, but now I'll do it for 5.9. We get to determine how the negotiation goes. We get to decide how we're going to flex or not flex on commission. So my recommendation is that you don't move in 0.5% increments. That's a tremendous overall percentage of the amount. Don't move in 0.5% increments, move in 0.25% increments, or what I used to do was move in 0.1% increments. So my normal listing fee is 7%. What were you thinking? Let them give you an answer. Maybe they say 7, I was thinking 5. Wow, holy moly. Well, what if I could do it for 6.9? What if I could do it for 5.9? But don't move in 0.5% increments. Move in 0.1% increments or 0.25% increments as opposed to 0.5 or whole percent increments. You control the negotiation, build value in what you do, know what you bring to the table. Every real estate agent that does real estate has a number at which they stop. For some of us, it's 6%. For some of us, it's 5%. For some of the competition that's out there, it's even less. You get to pick where you stop. Just pick to stop somewhere different, and the way you do that is by knowing what value you bring to the table. So really focus in on the value that you bring to the table. When and if you do have to negotiate in smaller increments so that you stay closer to your number. This is negotiation 101. You stay closer to your number and not as close to their number. So retain those commissions. You're worth it.